Welcome back to Vibrant Shop Life. We are coming to you from the couch of knowledge and greatness with our very first long form video. And today's video is going to be about keloids. How do they happen? Why do they happen? And how do we fix them, if you even can fix them? Since we are just getting started, know that we are still figuring out how to do like video editing and putting graphics on screen and all those fun things. So for these first few videos, everything is going to be just one take straight through. So there will likely be some mistakes, but if you subscribe and stick along with us through this fun journey, you'll get to watch us grow as we grow along with you. So let's get into it.
So to start us off, Eric, what is a keloid?
A keloid is a raised, thickened area of scar tissue, mostly made of collagen that is basically a scar that never thinks it's done healing. They form especially around ear piercings, and they occur due to an overproduction of collagen during the healing process.
So now, could anyone get keloids?
Yes, technically anyone can get keloids. However, there are certain people that are much more predisposed to get them than others, such as super young or elderly folks, people with darker skin complexions, or if it just runs in your family. Another thing to note is true keloids almost exclusively happen when it comes to ear piercings. We'll get into the difference between a keloid and not a true keloid here in a minute.
Can you show us what a keloid is?
Yes, I can. Thank you for asking, Derek.
Yes.
For the first time, for these first few videos, we're going to show you some sweet printouts. So this is what a true keloid is. Notice the bulbous bit of tissue, essentially, and also notice how it looks like normal skin. These are basically the telltale signs of a keloid. It doesn't look like it's super red around the area. It doesn't have a bunch of discharge compared to other things that we're about to get into that are mislabeled as a keloid yet are not a keloid.
So now, talking about something that can be mislabeled as a keloid,
Yes.
There's something called hypertrophic scarring.
Yes.
What's the difference between a keloid and that hypertrophic scarring?
Hypertrophic scarring is better known in layman's terms as an irritation bump. So basically, the difference between the two is a hypertrophic scar is due to some sort of trauma to the area, or something isn't right. Either the piercing angle is off, poor quality piercing jewelry, which that'll be its own video, or you hit it, you snag it a bunch, things like that. Whereas keloids, they tend to get triggered by trauma, but they don't go away. Whereas a hypertrophic scar, if you remove the irritation, you subsequently remove that little nublet of skin, for lack of a better word.
Okay, so now that you've shown us a keloid, can you show us what hypertrophic scarring looks like as well?
Yes, I can. Let me find my other printout. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
So yeah, this is a hypertrophic scar. Hopefully you can see it well, but notice how the area surrounding it is super red. I don't know if the picture translates well, but you can tell that there's some scabbing, which means there was some fluid discharge. And you can also tell that because it's like right around that piercing, that it's due to some sort of irritation. Again, be it from the jewelry quality, they sleep on it too much because it's a cartilage piercing, snag it with their hair, or any number of reasons that could cause these types of things.
So now that we've seen what a keloid is and we've seen what hypertrophic scarring is and we know about them both, do keloids go away on their own?
No, they don't. Keloids, and that's the biggest way to tell between a keloid and a hypertrophic scar is if you think you have a keloid and you remove the jewelry, take out the piercing, whatever, and that irritation goes away, that tells you it is not a keloid. If it does not go away, then that tells you it is a keloid. But at the same time, if you have bumps anywhere other than your ears, there's a 99.999% chance that it's just hypertrophic scarring and not a keloid. The only way to remove a true keloid is with some sort of surgical intervention.
So keloids, they take a surgical intervention to remove, but hypertrophic scarring, there's other ways to fix that then, correct?
Yeah, basically you can go the holistic route with a hypertrophic scar. You know, the easiest way to fix a hypertrophic scar is just remove the irritation, you know. So like if, let's say it's due to a bad piercing angle, just remove the jewelry. If it's due to some sort of trauma, just baby the piercing, you know, make sure if you have long hair, you wear your hair up, you're not wearing hats that cover the piercing, things of that nature. Basically just, you know, take extra good care of it in instances such as that.
So essentially with hypertrophic scarring, you just need to find where that irritation or trauma is coming from to get it to go away. Where with a keloid, once it's there, it's there.
Yeah, once a keloid's there, you're stuck like Chuck until you either freeze, burn, or cut it off. Whereas a hypertrophic scar, you can basically just remove the piercing, let it go away, and you're good to go all over again. There's other ways you can do it, like you can also do extra saline soaks, but that's kind of its own video that we will be making here soon, and that kind of falls under the whole aftercare regimen of what you should and should not be using and stuff of that nature, which that'll be a segue into our next video here soon.
All right, well, do we have anything else from the Couch of Knowledge today?
No, I think we covered it. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel, give us a like, turn on the post notifications, and shoot us a comment to let us know how we did. Also, message us on our Facebook or Instagram, facebook.com/vibrantbodyarts or Instagram @vibrantbodyarts with any video ideas you may have, how you think we did, any of that stuff. We're an open book and we're happy to hear from y'all. Thanks, dudes.
Thanks, guys.